further to the flow of heat or thermodynamics. This relationship is further strengthened by the fact that the ancient African deity of technology and engineering named Ptah, who was depicted holding the Jed, Ankh, and Wa symbols in his staff, is said to have been married to a goddess named Sekhmet, who is related to the power of heat or thermodynamics. Furthermore, in his article entitled Reinterpretations of the Ankh Symbol Part 2 by Asar Imhotep, he discusses the relationship of biomimicry between the appearance and meaning of the Jed, Ankh, and Wa symbols to the spinal column, thorax bones, and brainstem respectively, and how this relates to the cardiovascular processes which sustain life in the human body. Considering that the cardiovascular process in the human body is a form of hydraulics and fluid mechanics, with the flow or movement of liquid in the form of blood and the flow or movement of air in the form of breath or respiration, then we can see how the symbols of the Jed, Ankh, and Was can serve as symbols in mathematical equations related to electricity, thermodynamics, hydraulics, or fluid mechanics, and mechanical engineering. Question: the analogies and synchronicities which you have presented here are nice, but is it really necessary to make these comparisons? Is there any added benefit or evidence to suggest that these analogies actually help students better learn and remember the scientific and engineering principles? Answer: yes. Electrical, thermal, hydraulic, and mechanical interdisciplinary analogies have been developed over time and have been routinely included as part of curriculums taught in science and engineering programs at universities across the world. The relationship between power, current, and voltage, known as Ohm's law in the electrical discipline, to the relationship between power, temperature, and heat flow, known as Fourier's law in thermodynamics, to the relationship between power, pressure, and fluid flow, known as Poiseuille's law in hydraulics and fluid mechanics, to the relationship between power, force, and velocity, known as Dashpot in the mechanical discipline, regularly serve as a form of transformative learning pedagogy for science and engineering professors. For example, the concept of electrons flowing from a battery through a wire may not be as easily understood by a student as the concept of water flowing from a pump through a pipe. Therefore, the hydraulic analogy to the electrical discipline provides a transformative learning methodology by which the concepts may be better comprehended. However, like all analogies, there are benefits and limitations. Transformative learning is the pedagogical modality utilized most frequently by master teachers. Transformative learning is the expansion of consciousness through the transformation of a basic worldview and specific capacities of the self. Transformative learning is facilitated through consciously directed processes such as appreciatively assessing and receiving the symbolic contents of the unconscious and critically analyzing the underlying premises. Therefore, based on the aforementioned premises, the symbols of the Jed, Ankh, and Was can be utilized by science and engineering teachers, instructors, and professors to students of Egyptian, Kemetic, or African-centered studies as part of a transformative learning pedagogy and as part of a constructivist or discovery model of education by gaining new information about electrical, thermal, hydraulic, and mechanical disciplines from existing knowledge which has been generated by learning about the Jed pillar, the Ankh, and the Was scepter.